All right, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and children of all ages, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown day 404, I think, by my count. So what's going on? What's going down? I don't know, man. Tomorrow, okay, look, committed Kyle-style listeners, I can go do a Friday double feature. Is that a matinee? Where I go around the city and find some points of interest to show you how maybe the future is becoming Snow Crash in front of our eyes. If you haven't, Google it, kids. If you haven't read Snow Crash, you should read Snow Crash. There are facets of that become more and more real all the time. So what's going on? What's going down? So we've got another potential fake news hysteria narrative going, which is that I believe it was Chicago. The police shot an unarmed 13-year-old black kid. And that's the story. He has his hands up and etc., etc. And then there's also the claim that I saw that this young man was call it special needs, I guess. So he was in possession of a gun, is my understanding, and then dropped it and put his hands up like in the same motion and still got shot. So it's like he pulled the gun out and then got shot and put his hands up, like right at the same instant. Now, again, I don't want to engage in excuse making for state agents shooting people, but this is what happens, right? Like, this is all demonstrative of what we're getting and what we're gonna get more of with the arrangement that we have, with the relationship that we currently have with the state. And I covered this earlier this week in relation to a different shooting where I don't really have a solution. Like, you have the state and you have laws, and the laws need to be enforced, otherwise they're meaningless, and at which point you get state agents that are empowered by the state to go out and enforce the law. And I can even call it at a certain level morally or ethically, argue for that system or for that, action, right? Like, someone murdered someone else. Okay, let's figure out who murdered them and then hold them accountable for the murdering that they did. That's look at all the traffic in front of me, guys. I don't really miss the full-blown pandemic, but I kind of miss the full-blown pandemic. It was just empty freeways, empty highways, just pedal to the metal, nothing. Anyways, it looked like the kid had a gun and then, pulled it out and then was shot and then also put his hands up at the same time. Whatever. Look. The unrest, and especially in this instance, the unrest is being pushed by foreign news outlets, by the way, that want there to be civil unrest right here in these United States. And you just think about that. That doesn't mean we're not doing anything wrong as a culture, as a society, as a nation. It doesn't mean that we're free of guilt of anything. But it does mean there are foreign actors, and seriously, think about this, guys. There are foreign actors who want us to be mad at each other along racial, class, ethnic, whatever, religious lines, whatever the lines are, in order to make us, in a very energetic, animated way, angry at each other so that we are disunified. Disunified, like we live in fear, suspicion, and hate of one another. That benefits everyone else if we continue to tear ourselves apart because there are people who interact with the police in bad ways, and or the police are bad at interacting with the public. And again, out of all of the this highway off-ramp, it's going to be such a problem in about 3 months. I'll try to keep filming, but it's going to take 45 minutes to get over that bridge that we just went over. And down to here, that'll take 45 minutes, not 5. It's, yeah. And this off-ramp here is going to be backed up all the way back onto the highway, and the left lane is going to be backed up all the way to the bridge at the very least. So, I don't know, review the footage if you don't know what I'm talking about. What else is going on? So this is funny. I got blocked by someone I followed for quite a while on the Twitter machine. Liberal Not Lefty is some, I don't know, she's some Canadian, political thought. She's not trad. She Liberal Not Lefty. She's does she have alopecia? I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying she had alopecia, and so she like wears wigs and does her makeup, and I mean she's a pretty girl. But she also had like political opinions, and I'm there for it. Go ahead, share your opinions, Canadian girl. What is it with? Why are there so many hot Canadian girls? Is it really because of that like Quebecois thing? They like brought a bunch of courtesans or something from France back in the day, and they were all hot, and now that's why there's like a bunch of hot Canadian chicks. Is that a thing? Am I making that up? I don't know. Let me know about my misogyny in the comments, because there's just a bunch of hot Canadian chicks. Anyways, she blocked me because this stupid Canadian politician named, I called him Amos Williams, but that's because I'm an idiot and I don't know anything about Canadian politics. His name is William Amos. He Toobined himself. If you remember, was it Jeffrey Toobin? Toobin was a CNN guy who got on the Zoom meeting, video meeting, butt naked, and, he got fired, or did he get fired? I don't remember. I think he didn't actually get fired. People were just kind of outraged. But anyway, this Canadian guy, same thing. He walks out butt naked on his Zoom meeting with his other parliamentarians, I guess, because that's Canada. And the Canadian broad blocked me because she was like, "Don't share the picture, and it's not funny." Yeah, actually, I will share the picture, and it is funny. And there's like, you don't get that many opportunities to just completely dunk on some elected official. What does this guy make a year? How much power does this guy have? Plenty. And then here's just Kyle with a Twitter account just making Letterkenny memes about it and stuff. Just, I don't care. This guy's propriety is out the window when he decided he didn't need to put clothes on to conduct a meeting about, the governance of the people of Canada. Like, are you brain dead? Like, the issue here isn't that this dude walked out with his cock out. That's just not the issue. The issue is this guy thinks so little of his responsibilities that he doesn't even bother to, like, put on some, like, sweatpants and a t-shirt. I would allow sweatpants and t-shirt over just balls out like I'm working. No, you're not. It's a Zoom meeting. This is not real life. Oh my God. It's just astonishing. Elected officials can't even be bothered to put pants on to do their job. And yet when they screw up, like, nations topple, people die, economies collapse. But they can't be bothered to get dressed for a Zoom meeting. They didn't even have to leave the house, and they're so lazy that they didn't even put some pants on. My God. Go tell Liberal Not Lefty how much of a jerk she is for blocking me because her politicians are morons. Anyways, and not that ours are better. I'm just saying. Maybe all politicians are half idiots. Half? Oof. That's generous. Anyways, what's going on? What's going down? We've got... Go! We got riots incoming this summer, guaranteed. One way or another. And... the Chauvin trial... Oh my God, if you had just gone when you were supposed to go, I would be through this light right now. I had to honk at you. Oh, remember... traffic returning is a good thing. No matter how irritating it is to have all these people. Oh, look at the doggos. Oh, hi, doggos. No matter how irritating all you people are in front of me, it's a good thing that you are back driving on the roads, going places, doing things, spending money. That means that civilization... Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't know if you caught that. Oh, my God. How Seattle was that? Anyways, it's a good thing to have more traffic in your way because that means people are going back to living life, even if it is incredibly irritating from time to time. Oh, so what's going on? Ooh, this guy's got a Hayabusa. Isn't it a Hayabusa? Dope. So what's going on? What's going down? More rioting. Chauvin probably gonna walk on second-degree murder because you can't prove intent with the evidence available. New case was a young Hispanic or Latino or whatever the right term is. The one I was mentioning earlier, the 13-year-old. How did the 13-year-old get a gun is a good question. I've sort of covered some of that on this program. I'm sure if you follow me and you're listening to me, you already, kind of know what the angles are, the angles and dangles are on that situation. But holding officers accountable for the shooting of the citizenry, whether they are minors or adults, is a tricky situation. And I don't really have a good solution other than basically Iron Man suits. Like, you put the officers in Iron Man suits, and then they can't really be killed by random criminals, and they can, tear car doors off and pull people around. They can fly away with their rocket packs or whatever if they need to. Short of something like that, but at that point, we will have, everyone should walk around in an Iron Man suit all the time so that you aren't in danger, right? Like, it's like a Second Amendment argument. It's my Second Amendment right to have an Iron Man suit, okay? And we will all walk around in Iron Man suits, and then everyone will basically be safe from, most dangers most of the time. Yeah, something like that, right? Maybe that's the solution. Let's get Elon on it. Let's get Bezos. Let's have a coalition of the willing, Let's make Iron Man suits for every citizen, and maybe it can grow in size as you go along, like you wear it as a kid, and then we just never take them off. And then we become soft, squishy goo balls inside of these powerful Iron Man suits. Is that a vision of the future that we'd like? I don't know. Don't think so. But, God, it's Thursday, guys. By the way, if you're looking for more content that is at all similar to mine or, could be comparable in quality, I don't know, check out You're Welcome. That's Michael Malice's interview program. Dave Smith, Part of the Problem's pretty good. I like some Timcast and Timcast in Real Life interview stuff. That's pretty good. And then, of course, Compound Media. Not everything on Compound Media is my cup of tea, but the stuff that I don't like is still wildly popular, so I'm wrong and the audience is right. That's how that works. Check out Kumia Show and Safe Space. I'm the crack researcher for Safe Space. I have an accreditation at this point. Fun stuff, good programming. Anyways, that's enough for me for a Thursday. I probably said just enough to get canceled. I didn't even talk about the James O'Keefe thing, did I? Yikes. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.